Time to take a look at what's new this week for Nightwave. We have apparently unclaimed rewards, elite acts, unlock 10 relics, and kill the Prophet Taker. Oh, the Prophet Taker can be time consuming. Yeah, put a team together, don't just jump into public. That can lead to failure fairly quickly. Normal acts, catch 6 rare servo fish in the Orb Valis. Find all caches in 3 sabotage missions. Kill 500 enemies. Polarize a weapon, companion or warframe, not in the simulacrum, and complete an isolation vault bounty on Deimos. That didn't actually turn up while this was being done last time. I'm glad it's finally turning up before this gets all the way to 30. It really needed to. Cred offerings this week. Nilhel's Obelite there, 10,000 Kova, 5 Niatan extract, the Vorban parts, catalyst, reactor. Lots of different helmets. They have confirmed that Sevagoth's helmet is also now in here. But this week is Ureli's. That's quite amazing actually. Being a new frame and this being the, I want to say second, but really it's more like the third week of the new Nightwave. And boom, Ureli's alternate helmet has turned up. Bell and all. As well as... well, that's Equinox. That's not what I was aiming for. Mouse just stopped moving for some reason. The Wolf Hood. This is for the operator, and it is exactly what it sounds like. It is a helmet for your operator. Auras, there is corrosive projection. That one is always very useful because it's minus 18% armor for enemies. Pistol Scavenger, good if you are using a launcher secondary. Physique. Max health increased by 90% of base health, and shield disruption good for going up against the corpus. There is the dual Zoran Daggerak skin, the Merlock desert skin. I nearly said desert axe for some reason. Desert camo skin. There is the Pangolin sword. This is actually a sword, a actual melee weapon. Used to be behind alerts, now is in here. As is the Heat Sword, which again is an actual weapon, not a skin. So is the Dark Dagger. The Dark Dagger, of course. There is the Dark Sword. This is not the Dark Sword, it's the Dark Dagger. There is the Emissary Ornament, Landing Craft Decoration. The Kinetic Siphon Trap. This, again, Landing Craft Decoration. Augments, there is the Slash Dash Augment for Excalibur. The double tap augment for the Latron, the 20% bonus damage on next shot for 2 seconds, stacks up to 20 times outside of Conclave. And Atlas's Rumbler augment. I actually like that one. Out of all of the augments they have done, that's probably one of my favourite ones. Jumping straight on over to Teshin's Steel Path Honor store to see what he has here, I'm going to take a guess and say it's going to be... ooh, Riven Cipher, straight away. The first thing on the list. Because, well, it's that every time. The Veiled Riven Cipher, of course, unlocks any Riven instantly. Any Veiled Riven, it just does the act no matter what it is. Speaking of, the Shotgun Riven, which means, I do believe, next week will be the Umbra Former. Don't quote me on that one, but it probably is. Because it usually follows the Shotgun Riven, I think. Though, for 75 Steel Essence, that's still quite expensive. There is a lot of other stuff. This is the only place to get the Primary Arcane or the Secondary Arcane that, I will admit, considering how many primary weapons there is, or secondary weapons there is, they are still pretty cheap. I was hoping they were going to be cheaper. They are still fairly cheap. And the Stance Former that, yeah, I ended up finding one of those, even though I bought it from here. The relic pack is also pretty useful. It gives 3 relics, 10,000 Kuva, bunch of glyphs, his Noggle that, well, I do believe this is the only way to get his Noggle. But it is 35 Steel Essence, which gives it... again, this is weird because 35 Steel Essence is still more than the Platinum would cost to buy the normal Noggles. But, yeah, they need to define if Steel Essence is equivalent of Platinum or less or more. because charging things like that is weird, but if it was more, like that would assume it is, because it's 35 instead of 30, they should be 20 steel essence. So some things make sense, other things don't. I've also just realised it's only 15 steel essence for 10,000 Kuva. Why haven't I just poured all of mine into the Kuva? As well as obviously the glyphs, the T set, and the ephemeras that he always brings anyway. The only thing that rotates is what is in the second slot, the shotgun ribbon. Well, this week it's the shotgun ribbon. And lastly, if you have it, Helminth and his invigorations. These differ for every person every week, but it does reset the same time every week. And, well, this will be the second time that the mutation has been available that has an interesting workaround to it. But I need to do some testing with that this week. But either way, it is still the second time the mutation has come around, which means, well, you can put one of these. Of course, yours will be different because it differs per person. You can put one of these onto any frame you have equipped, because it basically overrides the frame in that slot and means that you can put it onto whatever frame you have equipped. So, ability strength doesn't really work with frost. Primary damage could probably get it. I'm going to probably try and put that on frost, just simply because, well, the primary damage has nothing to do with abilities, and the 75% sprint speed could be really useful. But that's about it for another week, so I think we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.